Good afternoon, relatives. I wanted to pop on to tell you about my e-bike adventures. So, yesterday we went down by the river and it was my first time trying it. I let my husband try it first because he put it together, and so I wanted to make sure it was going to work properly. And since he put it together, he was going to go on first, which he did. Then my older son tried it. Then his girlfriend tried it, and they all loved it. And I am a very nervous bike rider. Like, if it's just pedaling in my own 2 feet, brakes, all of that, I know what I'm doing. Adding a motor to something really scares me. So then I tried it. Mind you, we had both of our huskies with us because we wanted to let them play and have fun and run. So it was a whole excursion. And I got on it and I pedaled for a long time, right? And I told my husband to take a video because I wanted to see how I looked, if I was doing it right in my own head. And so he actually took the video, but I pedaled for a long time and he was like, "You're not going, try the motor." And I was like, "No, I don't want to yet." So it took me a while before I actually tried the motor. But I will say, and I mentioned this in the previous video and I didn't get to talk about it thoroughly, but you have a QR code which links you to a video. It doesn't come with a manual or anything like that. And then you watch this manual, and key steps, in my opinion, were not on the video. So, it was kind of that part. And when I read the reviews, people said that they had to call in. So, we managed. My older son came down and helped, and he's really good with tech stuff. So he came down and helped, and we figured it out. Other than that, it was pretty awesome. Yes, it was really awesome. So, my whole intention behind buying the bike was that, them long bike rides where I need a little bit of a help to get up a hill, but I want to enjoy pedaling my bike and getting that workout. So, it was really awesome. I will say that because I've ridden a bike since I was 4 maybe, getting around that part in your brain that you need to push a button, to transition from pedaling to pushing the button, was a little tricky for me. And then I was scared, once the button goes to 1 and it goes up to 3, I believe. I've never taken it up to 3. I've only ever been on 1. Going up to 3, can I brake in between there? Is it going to be a hard stop, or what does that look like? All the transitioning in that regarding that were really easy, and they just kind of flowed. When you brake, your bike slows down and stops, even if it's at a 1, which is really cool. And then once you stop, you can pedal when you're on a 1. It's kind of, in my opinion, it's kind of useless because you're going still at that kind of speed. But then you can brake as often as you want to, and it was really fine. The only other thing that I had an issue with, not an issue, but it was kind of difficult for me at first, was going back to pushing the button, using your brain to push the button to go back to the 0 to start pedaling again. I primarily use my right hand all the time, so them buttons were on the left, and so trying to figure that out was a little bit tricky for me. But I will say that this morning, me and my husband rode to my shop. We rode to work together, and it was lovely, lovely. It was morning time, and I was a little bit nervous about the traffic because my shop is in a very busy area, and there's construction, and so I was a little bit nervous. And to be honest, I haven't got a helmet yet. In the little corridor that I work in, there's a really cool bike shop, and it's local, and it's family, and so I wanted to get my helmet from there. I don't want to go to a big box. I love shopping local with small business, so we're gonna walk down after today at the shop. We're gonna walk down to that shop and get to know them, business owners, and it's gonna be really awesome. And I'm excited to get a little helmet now. I don't know the regulations. I didn't look up. I know that if you're under 18 you have to wear a helmet, but I don't know a grown adult if you have to, but I feel like I should. I'm a safety girl, I guess, when it comes to motor things. And so I will be walking down there, and I'm excited for that. If I can take a video there, I don't want to invade anybody's privacy in their shop, so I will see if I can take a video just to kind of see what's in there and look around. That's always fun. But all of that being said, the main issue that people spoke about in the reviews was the dragging, or it's really hard to pedal once your battery dies. I'm never gonna let my battery die. Like, I'm invested in keeping that battery alive, so I will plug it in every time. And if that ever happens, I will talk about that too. So I'm hoping that will never happen. Last night when we got back home, my son did do his research on how to maintain the battery and keep that safe, because I know there's been a lot of issues with batteries having trouble and scary things happening. And so he read that it's not supposed to be too cold and it's not supposed to be too hot, and it's like a baby almost, like you got to keep it very comfortable. And so I was a little nervous about that. Like, do we keep it in our basement? Where does that go? But we worked through all them things, and I got up this morning excited to ride and had a phenomenal time coming down to work. And honestly, I'm really thinking about doing that throughout the whole nice season. You know, obviously Minnesota cold winters are not going to be bike riding weather, but I feel like I can ride it maybe fingers crossed into late October, maybe early November. And it's just so cool because gas is at all-time high, and I currently pay for a ramp pass to park in where my shop is, and that gets expensive. And so we've been, like, every year since I've worked here, we've not paid in the summer, and we've just gotten dropped off, or however we do. You know, we've done multiple things. We have scooters, so sometimes we ride in on a scooter. So I think I'm going to do that again. I haven't done it yet because I've been so busy, but I think that's the next move because this is really awesome. Side note, everyone in my family wants one, and you know, they are pretty spendy. I did talk to one of my girlfriends who she's got one as well, and she found hers on Facebook Marketplace for, I would say, $300 to $400 cheaper than I got mine. First of all, I didn't hear about doing that. That didn't even cross my mind, which it should have. But the other thing is I wanted to get a new one just because I knew that I was going to use it as my primary transportation to commuting to work. So I wanted something that's going to be like stable, and I don't know what issues could have been with anyone else's previous bike. So, but now that my whole family wants one, I'm thinking about like going on Facebook Marketplace and getting some more, obviously not no time soon, you know, but actually researching it. So if my son or his girlfriend want one, they are very active, and so I think that would be cool for them to get one. But everybody loved it, everybody tried it, and I'm sure it's going to be a family bike and not just this lady bike. So that was my little review on it. I'll continue to update you and show you, but it was really cool. And I think that if you are looking into getting into biking and you're a little bit nervous about it, this might be the route for you, because I could see how this could be beneficial to people that are like, I want to love riding a bike. I want to love doing that, but coming home or going up hills is like really energy consuming for me. And if you live in a hot climate, that could be your solution. So I don't know, Google it, look it up, and do some research, watch some videos. I think I'm gonna love it. I mean, I already do, and it's just the first day. So, oh, and I hope you liked my huskies. They were in the river. My journey girl, she just took off in there, and Aries, her little boyfriend, was just sitting. He would go a little bit and come back out, little bit, come back out, and he just loved on her when she came back in, and I wanted to share that because it was really cute. Another thing is that I went back and looked at my videos for the June Garden of 2025, just to, that's what I like to do, is go back and look. And I'm only a couple, maybe a year and some little change into this YouTube journey. So I write everything down in my moon journal, and it's different. When I'm writing stuff down, I explain how the plants are, but there's no visual. And so actually going back and seeing, and then I noticed my bunnies in the June 2025 were like little wee baby ones, and that was so cute. So I'm really enjoying this. I hope if you see these videos, you enjoy them too. Recently I got a comment saying that somebody couldn't hear me, and I was like, oh, I'm quiet. And usually I'm like talking when I'm at my shop, so I'm trying to be like quiet in case customers come in, or like I'm you know, we live close to the city, so it gets to be really loud. You're going to hear all kinds of noises. And then also in my house, when I'm shooting a video, my family's usually asleep. I get up at like 4:30 or 5 in the morning. And so I try to be quiet. Not to mention that's when I do all of my household chores. So my washer and dryer are always running. My puppies are running around playing, and it's just, I'm cooking. It's just chaotic. But I really appreciated somebody saying that, because I went and talked to my son, and he plays basketball, semi-pro basketball, and he does these little videos, and he has this little clippy thing, and he was like telling me like how I can use that or whatever. And so I'm going to investigate that and see how that works, but I hope you can hear me. But other than that, we had a really great day, and I just want to remind you every day that I talk to you, I want to remind you to enjoy the moments that you're in. We're all on this little blue vessel, this little life-bearing vessel together, and we're just maintaining, and I hope you find joy in that in some capacity of your life. Okay, I gotta get to work. I should be opening my shop already, but I'm just chatting around. Okay, for real this time, I gotta go. Dokstake, I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful, magnificent day.